How many anemones is too many anemones? Uh-oh, I'm dropping them. It's a lot of anemones. Anemones! Hi everyone, it's Brittany from Green Bee Flowers in Strathroy. It is the day before the market. We are getting prepared, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's a big change downstairs in the flower studio, and that is lights! My husband was awesome, and he spent some time this past week actually getting lights up in here, so we can now see what we're doing, and you can also all see what we're doing, which is really exciting. We'll show you some of the bouquets that we're making today. We've got peonies, ranunculus, we've got local alstroemeria, we've got local snapdragons, all sorts of fun stuff. And then tomorrow we are going to be sending the most flowers off to market that we have sent off yet this year, which, I mean, I guess isn't a really big threshold to beat because this will be our third market of the season, but follow along because it's going to be a good weekend. Right now, I am making little jar posies that we're going to sell for $15 with some of the stems that, again, they're just not quite long enough to go into the big bouquets, but they still make such cute little jar refills. So these are going to be $15, which is slightly different, slightly less expensive than our $20, but these have more stems in them. So it's just a good way to utilize some of the flowers that, you know, might not be the exact length that I want for a big bouquet, but it still gives our customers a chance to like enjoy them. And it is not focusing on this at all. Focus! Focus! There we go. See, they're so pretty! They're so cute! Caitlin's not used to being on camera yet. She has to do like weird little dances to be like, yeah, you're still watching me. Cute. Practice. They're like a well-oiled machine. I don't have to do any of the work anymore on Fridays. I get to be a content creator now, not a flower farmer. One of the things that we started doing last year with our recipe bouquets is we started putting 5 of the same bouquet in a bucket. Before that, we would just make bouquets and then it was just kind of like you got what you got. And this has been a lot better because it kind of limits the recipe for the actual flowers, and so people you know, they want to shop to get the one they want. There's only so many of them, and so it actually makes their choice easier. And I actually find that that has improved our sales over the course of the last year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
McKenna does the market most frequently.
They get less like anxious about their decision.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many now. They're pretty like that one.
Yeah. Limiting decisions is actually apparently a good thing when you're making flowers. So. Found them! I really need to buy a stamp. Such a smart idea. So much more economical. I like this one. So we had some oriental poppies blooming in the garden this week, so we picked them right when the bud was cracked and then burned their stem down at the bottom. Basically, burning helps them to stop leaking that sap, and it gives the poppies a little bit longer of a life. These will probably crack open just barely by tomorrow, which means that they will bloom for the customer, which is what we always talk about. We want the flowers to be blooming for the customer.
Hello, it's McKenna. So another thing that we're adding to the market that we did last year and that did pretty well was dried flower bouquets, which are my favorite thing to make because one, reduce, reuse, recycle. A big part of sustainability is trying to minimize your waste, so we take flowers that dry nicely. We kind of nail down what flowers do really nicely. So we hang them up and we make dried flower bouquets, which I think they look lovely.
Okay, so it's probably 8 o'clock on Friday night and I am back down. We have so many ranunculus that we have been pulling off this week. I was trying to take as many stems as possible off because of the heat wave, and so I have a lot of ranunculus that I want to make up into like those little $15 sized posies yet. So I'm going to keep going on that. Right now I have 2 buckets full of them. I expect I will probably get another 2 buckets, if not more, full of them. We are sending so many flowers to the market tomorrow morning. I think this might possibly be one of the largest, we have so many flowers. We're sending I don't think we've ever sent this many flowers to the farmer's market before. So I'm really excited about this. I hope everything sells. It's a lot, right? To like spend the Friday before a market every single week putting together bouquets and hoping that they're going to move. We're finally starting to get into the point where every bouquet has at least 1 to 2 blooms in it that are coming out of our farms themselves. Growing in Southwestern Ontario can be kind of difficult because you don't ever really know what the weather's going to do in the spring. Like we've had, this spring was particular, I've talked about this in so many videos, but this spring was so weird. We went from having like snow, like -2-degree weather in 1 week, to the following week having like 27-degree Celsius weather, which, you know, is like in the 80s Fahrenheit. And it was such a shock to the plants that everything's been having such a difficult time, you know, recovering from that. We finally have our fields mostly planted, which is great, but not being able to get some of those, you know, early spring flowers like snapdragons going as fast as I wanted them to for the spring really kind of did set some of our own flowers back. So one, I'm super thankful for our wholesaler. I'm super thankful for so many other really wonderful local growers. But on the other hand, I just want to fill our bouquets up with our own flowers. And I know that's coming. I know we've planted like 3,000 zinnias so far, and there are so many more coming. It's just, I'm just itching for it, you know, like we're just really waiting for the farm to just explode with color. In the meantime, I have more ranunculus that I know what to do with, which every flower farmer will tell you is not a problem. The cat's drinking water out of my bucket. Anyways, too much ranunculus. It's never a bad thing. So let's make some more bouquets. So for the ranunculus, okay, so first of all, our normal size wrapping paper is 18 inches by 18 inches. For our smaller posies, so because we were selling actually a lot of lavender last year as well, I did order smaller, so this is 12 by 12. So for the posies, I'm able to just, you know, fold it the way we would our big bouquets, and it kind of creates just the perfect smaller wrapping for our smaller bouquets. So I'm happy about this. Do I have enough? Do I have enough ranunculus? I don't know if you can ever have enough ranunculus. So I'm not really following any specific recipe with these. I'm just putting a bunch of stems together. Hope for the best. They're so pretty though. Like I can't even with these. They're so pretty. Just like the most perfect little posy. Just perfect. So when I sell these as mason jar refills because they're kind of just the perfect size to set right in a mason jar. So my battery's about to die, so just before I go and recharge for the night, I wanted to show you just the sheer quantity of flowers that we are bringing to the market tomorrow. I have a few more bunches left to make, and we're going for the night. 6:30 in the morning. I'm tired. There's lots of flowers ready to sell at market today, which I'm very excited about. I'm also thankful that I don't have to be the one that goes there. That's why I have my girls. McKenna is going to be training Caitlin today, so this is actually going to be Caitlin's very first market. Today's episode of How Much Can We Fit in Caitlin's Car.
I didn't try and stuff it this time, but enough.
Never underestimate the value of a car that is tiny and flower Tetris. Bye, little farm spark. Yeah, what about you, sir? How do you feel about market morning? Don't care as long as there's food? Yeah? Yeah, enjoy.
Hello, it's McKenna at the market again. Today I'm helping Caitlin. We're training her. I'll show you the assortment of flowers that we have because they're very pretty. There she is. We're not finished yet. Yes, we're not finished yet because someone had to go back and grab part of our setup that was missing, and I feel it is vital to the display.
So it's been a bit of a hot minute since I filmed that last footage. It's probably about 2.5 weeks ago now that I filmed it. Now I had fully intended on finishing that video and actually putting it out the same time that I had shot it. But what happened was my father's 60th birthday happened to be that weekend. Joseph had a field trip. We were so busy getting a ridiculous amount of plants in the ground that I was just so tired that I did not have the energy to finish that video. In that time, I got my hair cut, and also we hit 8,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is wild, so thank you guys for that. How did the girls end up doing at that market? So they ended up doing really well. They finished just over $1,400 that day. They came home with something like 7 bouquets. All the mason jars sold out. All of those ranunculus posies were gone. We had a lot of orders come in the following week as well, and I've actually been really busy doing a whole bunch of celebration of life and funeral orders the last couple weeks. So the great news is that we are fully into our summer now. You can see actually here behind me that the feverfew has bloomed, and we've actually been cutting that consistently for the last 2 weeks. But because we've been so busy, I haven't had the energy, and I have forgotten actually to do a lot of the footage for the last 2 markets. I am hoping that going forward I will be able to film a little bit more regularly. But the ranunculus are now dug up. They are put in storage for the summer. We will bring those out again sometime in February and start getting those prepped for next year. The anemones as well are starting to be dug out here, and the other section, which is back over by our neighbor's garage there. So all in all, it's been really busy. Thank you so much for following along. If you would like to continue following our flower journey, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like that video because it does really help out our channel. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. See you later. Bye.